13 years into our marriage, I had said to Valerie that I wanted to leave. And I had a lot of hidden addictions in my life. I was broken. On the inside, I was completely a mess. But on the outside, you would think that I had it all together. When I said that I wanted to leave, I needed to go and think about my future. And so I left. I had nowhere to go. I didn't have any plan. I didn't have any place to go. I just needed to go and think. And so I drove around our city, and I can bring you to the exact spot that I parked our vehicle. And I wrestled with God, and I asked God if he is who he says he is, to show himself to me, but also, why was my life like this? Why am I in such a mess? In all this anger and this frustration that I had with God and yelling at God in this moment, I'll tell you, I've never had so much peace and love in the same situation. And the only way I can really explain it is that there was like this warm, rushing waterfall right through my body. I surrendered everything in that moment to God and recommitted my life and just said, God, I am dirty, I'm broken, I'm messy. I have no idea what you could possibly do with this life, but I'm yours. I'm done running.
God had started working in my heart before Sheldon had said that he wanted to leave our marriage. And so God brought me on a 6-month journey of finding out what is love. So through reading his word, through listening to sermons online and podcasts, just anything I could get a hold of to help me learn what is love. I remember praying to God and saying, you know what, God, I can't fix Sheldon. I'm done trying. He's yours. You deal with him. And so when I did that, suddenly I was free for God to work on me and to grow and refine me.
I came home that night, and as I drove up into our driveway, the words, "This feels like home to me," came into my mind. I walked through our front door, and Valerie came around the corner of our house, and she asked me, "What does this mean?" And I said, it means I choose you. It means that I choose our marriage, I choose our family, I choose our kids. I will go to counseling with you, and I'll go to counseling for my own life as well. Heal my come today. And so now, fast forward a few years later, and we're feeling called into ministry. And wait a second, I know somebody who does this, Brent Trickett. And I shared that I feel called into ministry and called into marriage ministry or evangelism. And all he says back to me is, I do both of those. And so in 2016, I left my job and joined Family Life full time. Family Life seeks to bring help and hope to marriages and through using biblical practices, because we believe that Christian marriages can be beacons of light into our community. And for us, we want people to be like, what's different about you? There's something different. The way you speak to each other, the way you handle conflict with each other, the way you
love each other.
Love each other. Like, I've never seen that. What is that? And we always just say, we want our answer to be Jesus Christ.
There came a point in 2019 where God asked me to leave my job as a nurse and to join Sheldon full-time in ministry. And so after a lot of wrestling and praying and searching, I finally surrendered and said, okay, God, I'm yours. If this is what you're asking me to do, I'll do it. We see God at work through our testimony. When we share with people that, you know what, we don't have it all figured out. We have made a mess of things. We are broken and we struggle. You just see something change. You see that they're like, oh, okay, I'm normal. Other people have struggles, and looking back at our own story, sometimes I think, God, why did you allow us to go through all that pain? And I'm just reminded that God doesn't waste anything. He doesn't waste our trials. He doesn't waste our pain. If we're willing, he's going to use it, and he's going to use it for good. And so I definitely see God at work through our lives and our story and what he's done in us.
So though at times it may seem hard to kind of go back through, in one aspect, it's giving God complete glory. And so we want to proclaim his goodness to people, and that's through our story. And so any opportunity that we have, we're glad to take it and jump at it.